emotional is because that's what God told me. When I turned 36, he said, you're not a youth anymore. You've been through everything that you've been through, not for you, but for a breakthrough for someone else. Everything you go through is not for you. And I learned that, and I can testify to that, because when my sister-in-law, a lady back there, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at the age of 30, I remember I was like, no. Because in the book I share how my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer and she did not survive more than a year. I watched her deteriorate. I watched that disease eat her alive. I would watch her get skinnier and skinnier, and I would say, God, why? Because she raised me. But then when I seek the Lord, and I'm sorry, but this is true. When I seek the Lord, thank you. And I got saved. And I remember I prayed and he delivered me. And I said, why? Why is she diagnosed? And I learned how to pray and war. And I said I would never ever lose another person I love to this disease. And God said, you're going to have to fight for her. You're going to have to pray for her. Because there were moments when she could say it, that she wanted to give up. And I would say, no, you would have to take me out before you take her out. Because I thought about my husband. She's the only daughter. What would happen to my whole family? My husband would probably kill himself. Her father would have been in the asylum. My children love this girl. So when they say, do it, I did it. And when I did it for her, I didn't even realize when God told me to go on videos. We have so many people that's following us on social media now. I'm part of this book now. I have so many other things coming because I was obedient. And God said it wasn't for you, it's for somebody else. And that's why I'm saying it's for somebody else. Somebody else could die if you don't come out there and say, you know what? I can give you hope today. You can get through this. Look what I've been through. I've been through so much and I'm still sitting here alive. And look at her. We serve a God that does the impossible. When I went through my miscarriage and I thought I couldn't have kids, God blessed me. I have 2 beautiful, healthy boys. That's a miracle that he did. Her stage 4, they gave her no hope. No hope. She's here, living here 3 years later. Cancer free. And now we are opening our mouths and we're sharing the messages. So that's why we started the YouTube channel, Glory Girls for Jesus. That's why we have Instagram. That's why we have Facebook, because God knew I was very private. It took everything in me to get on social media. I had to learn how to do YouTube. I'm not a technology girl. I had to learn social media. I had to learn how to get on Instagram. I had to learn how to do Facebook. I had to learn how to write books. I had to learn how to do this. And I'm a mommy of 2 little boys, doing it on my own. And now I started the Glory Girls for Jesus pop-up shop. So like, God is opening doors for other people. Everything you go through is not to silence your, don't think about it for yourself, think about who else. And I have to think about my legacy. This is for my children. I do everything for my children. I say they're not gonna suffer. And I'm not walking in fear and they're not walking in fear either. So today I encourage you, do it. Whatever God called you to do, do it. Because I'm obedient. Because I said yes to God and I got on that camera and he said, videotape this, share your testimony, talk about how Jesus did it for your sister-in-law, share the stories, talk about all this stuff. And I recorded everything and I put it there so that we could show living proof that God did it, that we could look back now, look, she's a walking miracle. Look at my sons. Every time I walk and I see them, I said, God, you did the impossible. Because when the doctors told me no, and they said you weren't going to have kids, I look at them and I say, God, you did it. So that's why I thank God every day. And my husband, I never forgot. We had a super in our first building that we lived together. And every morning he would see, because my husband worked the night shifts. And that was very hard for me because I battled with fear at night. I would get anxiety when he walked out. And I would be like, oh my God, I'm alone. And that's right after my grandmother died. So a lot of times I didn't want to be alone. I was afraid. So he would remember and he would always check in on me, the super. And one day he turned around and he said to him, you think it's your gun that protects you? It's your wife's prayers. And he never forgot that, because that's when I prayed the most, because I was alone, and during that time, that's when God said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's when I was like, I'm not alone. He's here with me. And then I walked around and I'm saying courageously, boldly, I'm walking in my purpose now. I'm not afraid anymore.
Amen.
I don't care what nobody thinks. I know what God tells me to do, and I'm doing it, and this is why we're all sitting here today.
Amen.
And this book is going to go to thousands of people's hands.
Yes. Amen.